What's going on, YouTube? This is Parker Lad 88 coming at you with another video. Today I am joined by
Brian Mullen,
and we have a very unique deck profile for you guys. What are you going to be profiling for us?
Fluffal Cubics.
All right, let's go ahead and get started.
So first is the big boss of the deck, Crimson Nova. The entire deck is focused on summoning this guy and trying to use him to his fullest extent. This guy is summoned by revealing 3 cubics with different names. He's unaffected by any monster whose original attack is 3,000 less. If you kill something by battle, he attacks again. And during my end phase, both players take 3,000 damage.
That's pretty retarded.
Yeah, it puts like a lot of sudden damage on board, and the idea is to just game right there.
Gotcha. So you said that he's unaffected by monster effects of people with guys with levels lower than him?
Or attack of 3,000 or less. Original attack. So even if you pump it up to be stronger than 3,000, he'll still be unaffected by it.
Oh, that's cool. Cool.
So he's like the boss card.
Cool.
Much like an Arcfiend.
Give me back my fiend!
Alright. Next is Vijayam, the Cubic Seed. He's the most basic cubic monster. He's the only one that can be normal summoned or set, so he's got that going for him. He cannot be destroyed by battle. Makes a great wall. And if someone attacks it, I can move him to my spell attacker zone and put a cubic counter, which is basically like a feed exchange on my opponent's monster. And then when he's in the spell attacker zone, I can put him back on my board.
That's cool. So he has that Dragoon Phalanx effect. If only he was a tune.
Yeah. So he's good to run because I run 1-for-1, so he's easy to summon. And of course, to summon most things, you need a cubic already on board, and he's like the only one to do. Besides that, level 4, but we're not going to talk about him because he's OCG.
Gotcha. We're still waiting on it. He's supposed to be like a good card in this deck? Whatever the 4 is?
Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
I've seen people like OTK and profiles, but this deck goes in a very different direction, so I'm not actually sure how we'd work in this deck.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Next is...
More!
3 of the level 2 fairy.
Gotcha.
I go the fairy route instead of the beast because the beasts actually aren't that great. They get stronger, which is cool, but they have to kill monsters by battle to activate their effects. That usually doesn't happen. These guys just have to battle, period. Also, they burn, which has won me games when I try to summon these things in main phase 2. I do 3 of the level 2 because he's just needs 1 tribute, so he's like the easiest of the fairies to summon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then we go into the next fairy.
So, wait a second. You said you needed tributes in order to summon them. Explain that.
Each of the fairy types have to tribute a certain number of cubics. So let's say I already have a Vijayam, I have to tribute to special summon. He cannot be normal summon set, it has to be summoned that way.
Okay. Interesting.
If he battles, I can send him to grave to summon up to 2 Vijayams from my graveyard. And then I search the next level in line.
Okay.
The next level requires 2 tributes.
Either player takes battle damage.
Okay.
Second of all, he
And when he battles, he sends to grave to summon up
during
to
his turn, he can use his turn.
3 Vijayams.
Okay.
And then he searches the next level in line, which is
Easy do?
Endiora Doom.
Destroyed?
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And he needs 3 tributes to summon. So I only do 2 Vulcan Dragonies, and then 1 Endiora Doom.
Okay.
Then no destruction ability.
So what does the level 3 guy do? Or was that it, just the attacking and the special summoning of the guys?
That's pretty much it. He does the same thing as Gira Gil. On summon, they both burn 800. Gira Gil will gain 800 attack on summon. Vulcan Dragony will gain 1600 attack on summon.
Okay.
He doesn't have that attack yet until his effect fully resolves, so he can't be bottomless.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's always nice. The Endiora Doom Volt will also burn 8 on summon, and then he'll gain 2400 attack.
Okay.
He does not have an end of battle phase summon cubic.
Special summon monsters and search cubic thing? He doesn't have that?
Yeah, he doesn't have that. What he does is when he's sent to the grave, or when this card in my possession is sent to the grave by an opponent's card, I summon 3 of any cubic monster. I can even summon these if they've been properly summoned. And then I search out any cubic monster.
Oh, neato.
Including Crimson Nova.
Oh, that's cool.
So I run 1 of him,
Yep.
And then I run one Buster Gundio. He's basically the exact same deal as Indiana Doom. I run one of him, even though I don't run any of the other beasts, because he's basically just like a second Indiana Doom Bolt, except it with a different name, and that helps out Crimson Nova, who needs different names.
Okay.
And the Buster Gundio can still be summoned by unification, just like Indiana Doom Bolt. We'll go over that later.
Okay.
So it's actually nice to have one of each of them.
The last thing that happens is Harold hits the board. Well,
Versatility.
everything that happens in there happens
Okay,
simultaneously.
yeah. My brother was mentioning his attack boost. If you do manage to properly summon a Buster Gundio,
No, your
he'll
chain
have
is summon,
3,000
summon still
attack and
happens.
can attack 3
It's not like in a
times.
different chain link where
That's
chain
nice
link
to
one.
do.
How practical is that, though?
And you can't out chain link.
I have
summon.
never done it. So he's only in there for the name.
Got you.
Alright, now we're about to move in a completely different direction.
Yay. Twists.
Completely different.
Yeah. 3 Fluffal dogs.
Now, here's something we think you'll really like.
Fluffal dog, you know, he's very simple. On summon, you search out a Fluffal or edge jump, but we don't do edge jumps. And that's pretty much it.
Once per turn or in general?
You know, he's nice 17 attack,
And he's so cute.
and he searches out the Fluffal bear or my Fluffal wings. And you can probably tell where this is
You could have
going.
won
Bear
a turn ago.
can be discarded after I add him to my hand.
Yep.
To grab Toy Vendor.
Yep.
The Toy Vendor
does double
can then
piercing.
discard my wings.
So that
You
would
can
be
attack the token when you get double.
And then Wings does the draw thing.
Yeah, the wings basically does like a pot of greed right off the bat, and then I get a search off the vendor, which usually gets another dog, which just keeps on my search
a
engine.
defense position.
Got you. So, how practical is this engine for you in this deck? Do you ever feel like the Fluffal engine clogs with the cubics?
Absolutely not. The Fluffal engine goes very smoothly with it.
It's at 0-0. It would did 56.
Its ability to discard any card from my hand actually helps out a lot of the cubic spells and traps, because a lot of them have graveyard effects. And if I see a cubic spell or trap in my top reveal, it goes to grave. It has its effect out.
Gotcha.
Plus, the ability to plus from the grave, basically doing this thing's pot of greed effect, allows me to get massive monsters for Crimson Hill. Like, there's been lots of times where I need more monsters to
It'd be a
reveal,
double
and suddenly I can pull out 2 of them
because
because
it's
I
clearly
just
on the
got a
card.
bunch of monsters to my hand.
He even said it does double piercing.
So Crimson Nova's inherent summoning condition is not like a, you can only special summon one kind of thing. You can special summon as many of them as you can.
Yeah, like if I have,
If you have 3, you can special summon all 3.
3,
If I miss attack,
let's say I have 3,
Yeah,
these
that's
3,
double warning.
and then
Yeah,
these 3.
that's double warning.
I can just reveal these 3.
It's on him too, but it's on you as well.
Reveal these 3,
Double warning.
summon. Reveal these 3, summon.
Or my son
That sounds bonkers.
Yeah. His end phase effect to burn 3,000 is a hard once per turn, so even with 3 out, it's only 3,000.
That's still pretty bonkers, though.
Like a
Yeah,
douchebag judge
it's super amazing.
that goes,
There's my toy vendors.
or a douchebag judge that goes.
Vendors.
To go
Yes.
with all this. You
Irreparable
basically
game state game
you have to do 3 of everything involved to make it really flow.
That's a good word. Yeah, it is.
You know who else needs 3 to really flow? Fernie Arcfiend. Bring him to 3. I miss my baby.
make him shiny again.
Then there's the cubic spells and traps, which we were talking about, that have the graveyard effects. The most popular one is Karma. Because Karma's graveyard effect is that I can banish it from the grave to search out any cubic nova, or any cubic.
Clearly, we know where Ryan's mind is at. Clearly,
Yeah.
he really wants to get that Nova.
Yeah, one of the best ones to search is obviously Crimson Nova, because once your hand's full of different things and your vendor has milled this, you grab the Crimson Nova. Or if you have Crimson Nova, but you're missing like one different card name, grab pretty much anything you want. A pretty popular one to summon is search is Vijayam or Girigil.
You know what? I'm gonna pet Shingo.
Okay. So, do you actually use the main effects of these cubic spell traps, or is it mostly just for the graveyard stuff?
It's mostly for the graveyard stuff, because that's what's flowing with the Fluffal engine, but its field effect is very strong, so I actually do this often.
Okay.
Like, if it's in my hand and I find that I can't pitch it for vendor, you can easily activate it on a Crimson Nova, and sending Vijayams to grave pumps his attack very high to possibly 38, 46, or 54, and that's going to flow with the next card of mine, Cubic Wave.
Yay, transitions.
Cubic Waves activate from hand effect, lets me target a cubic I control and monster my opponent controls, like let's say this Arcane. my monster's current attack becomes double of what it currently is. And that is permanent.
Ooh,
And then my
okay.
opponent's attack is permanently halved.
Keo 1 or Keo 2?
So if I pump up a monster with cubic karma, let's say I pump him to 38, this puts him at a permanent 76?
76, yes.
Yeah, 76. Or if I build 2 and he's at 46, that's a permanent 92. I actually just won a game earlier doing that.
Wow. Cool. Neat.
So that's where a lot of the flowing comes in, and this thing's graveyard effect, very nice, is that I can banish it along with any number of cubic monsters in my grave. Because when they're sent to grave, I usually don't have a way of getting them back, so that's like what they're good for. Banish them with this, and then for every cubic monster I banished, I add cubic counters to my opponent's side of the board. Anything with a cubic counter is Venus shape. It's just a really good way to put a stop to the opponent while I'm trying to get out my Crimson Nova.
Cool.
And the last cubic exploder trap that I run is Unification of the Cubic Lords.
The Cubic Lords, okay.
Its most popular thing it does is that it's polymerization. And I do run one of the Crimson Nova Trinity just in case.
How you gonna look at your hand and decide?
Just in case it just so happens that I am able to summon it.
I thought I was going second.
But I have never actually summoned him. Like he's not in there to be summoned.
Gotcha.
So I'm not even going to talk about this.
Okay, so let's talk about the main reason that you do run this. At the,
Yeah, the main reason is its graveyard effect.
Okay.
This one's busted.
Okay.
If a cubic monster leaves my field, that can be mouse, banish, whatever. I banish this from my graveyard to summon a level 4 or lower one from my deck, hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions.
Okay.
So those Indiara Doombolt and Buster Gundeal are the best ones to summon, especially the Buster Gundeal in my opinion.
Because like it becomes like a 3,000 meter or something?
No, they only do their effects if they're summoned by their own effects.
Okay, gotcha.
They're going to be 0/0, so you summon them in defense. But that allows their abilities, which says, when they're sent to grave, I get all those cubics and searches.
Gotcha.
That
Okay.
makes them weird. So yeah.
Let the man do his profile.
So yeah, they're good to set up defense because if the opponent like pops Crimson Nova, I suddenly have one of these guys. They try to pop him, I suddenly have the jams on my board and another Crimson Nova set up in hand.
Okay, cool.
So Unification's pretty good to do that. It can also summon the jam straight out of the deck if I need to.
Sounds like it's a pretty good bluff too.
Yeah, it's just a really good defensive measure.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
It's actually the only trap I run because the deck tries to mill through itself so fast that I usually don't have time to set up other defenses. But this one sets up a pretty good defense itself.
Gotcha.
Then I run it into some more basic stuff. I run 2 Twin Twisters. This is a good safety measure because Crimson Nova has no safety against spells and traps. So this, I can discard a card. I can discard one of my cubic spells or traps. To pop cards that puts a sun stop to pendulums, or it can pop face downs that might be a threat.
And then you get to plus and junk.
Yeah, the ability to plus by discarding a cubic spell or trap or a Fluffal Wings is very nice.
Cool, cool.
So that's like one of the best spell and trap removals that this deck can run. I run 1 Instant Fusion because I do run Norden. His ability to summon Dog lets me instantly put out any level 4 or rank 4. I have a big rank 4 toolbox to go into with that. Usually the only time I do make a rank 4 is by activating this Instant Fusion, but there's lots of choices just to go on the scenario.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
1 for 1 can summon Vijayam.
So these?
Usually I pitch Fluffal Wings to activate it. It's actually been pretty helpful, but this and my reasoning are kind of like weird tech-ins that I'm not even sure about. The reasoning is a weird choice because often the opponent doesn't know what to choose.
Yes, they don't. No, on Death Row. No, they show you where it goes.
I usually do end up with a monster on board because of it. Like if I activate on my first turn, people almost never choose 1, so I can easily summon the jam off of it. And then any spells and traps that get seen get billed, and that sets up any cubic
Where are you
spell
playing it
traps.
from? Your
And
perspective?
Toy
I
Vendor
know
will
the
get
one.
its
That's pretty
onset
tough.
grave.
Where you playing
So
it
how's
from
that
your
work out for your other fairies who they
Yeah,
can't be
they don't
special
have to
summoned
say
unless you do
what
it
it
properly?
is.
Or can they be special summoned via reason?
They cannot be
so it just
special
sets it
by it.
Yeah.
Usually, if they're
lets
milled,
them know, it
pretty
doesn't
much
let you know, because you know.
they become
It's
cubic
all
wave
research.
targets.
Okay.
Which is actually still
Well, no, I know, but I didn't.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
last card in deck is Dark Hole because it's
Dark Hole.
yeah, it's,
Right.
it's nice. I think it should be Raigeki, but I guess I didn't have it. Right.
Gotcha. Cool. Cool.
We go into the extra deck. There's
No problem.
that one Crimson Nova Trinity. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. When he declares an attack, my opponent's life points are halved. It's like 45 already. Yeah, and if he kills a monster with battle, he can make a second attack, just like Crimson Nova.
Okay.
And he'll have life points for both of those attacks. So he is strong if you summon him. That's why I may as well run one since I'm running that unification.
Yeah, might as well.
But yeah, it's not in there for that because I don't want to minus my Crimson Novas like that.
Gotcha. Could be fun.
Yeah, because
Here's Gustav Max, just one. If I have my cubic, my Crimson Novas, and for some
know.
reason they can't
have you
push the
called time
game,
yet?
You got time on
or
my
they
turn.
might kill me by their burn
Then he,
effects,
I'm taking he
I
has.
can just turn him into a Gustav Max. Still a 3k beater, and he does that burn.
Billy, we're still doing 5 here, right?
He's my only rank 10,
We're
but
still doing
he's a
5
pretty
here,
good
right?
one.
Gotcha.
to run over.
Yeah, 5.
Then
what's the
there's
max
the Norton.
1-1.
Just the one Norton, obviously, for Instant Fusion.
Yep. Norton's still kicking. Banless can't keep him down.
Non-linear deck.
And then there's
that,
my
right?
rank 4 engine. Shark is a personal favorite of
No,
mine.
I was just letting Leroy.
I don't know why he's dropping popularity
He's
because
playing a
when I pull him out,
pretty
he's
linear deck.
always to very
When I
good
mean
effect.
pretty linear, I mean really linear deck.
You know, his benefits are pretty obvious. Here's Utopia and Utopia Lightning. Another one where the benefits are very obvious.
It kills big stuff.
Yeah, he kills big stuff and you know, an unstoppable attack, super nice.
Oh, Slayer Overlord.
Yep.
No, you didn't.
Exceeds Dragon.
Slayer, yeah.
Dr. Smiles.
If the opponent has something like super big that for some reason Lightning can't get over, he's a cool one to punch over. Cowboy. With all my burn effects, there have been times where I just like the opponent's thinking I'm going to make something to attack with, and I'm like, haha, it's just Cowboy again.
You're trying to be
Always
you're
trolling.
trying to
You
see Leroy.
know who else
Leroy
likes
might be
Cowboy?
done.
And furries.
Do they? Did they really?
That's all I got.
They really.
Okay.
Ragnar Zero, Dweller, some little splash-ins based on the scenario, like good against BA, good against, I don't know, whatever. Probably
Fire Fist. No idea what I'm talking about. I'm just here to record.
I mean, I don't summon these two very often, so they're just options.
Yeah, my understanding from talking with you earlier is that you really don't go into your rank pool, your rank 4 pool very much, but it's just there if you need it.
Yeah, Ouroboros is pretty much most people's only out to the Super Quant Zord thing. So he's a good splash-in. Diamond Dyer, he's good for those face downs that a Castell can't hit. And Castell's in there for face-ups that are trouble to some nuisance. So these two are pretty good options.
Gotcha.
And then Rhapsody and Berserk. I actually can't remember why I put him in there.
Options.
Yeah, it's just options. You know, hits the grave, and why not?
Yep, and then you also said that you ran Heartland Draco, right?
Yes, the 15th card is Heartland Draco, which I don't currently have. But if I have Cubic Karma still out, because it tends to stay out, or Toy Vendor, you know, he's a good wall. And his ability to just beat over. Like, if a Crimson Nova is reduced them pretty low, a Southern Heartland Draco can swing the game.
Gotcha. Cool deal. So, the $1 million question, what possessed you to build cubics and mix them with fluffals, of all things?
Okay.
Why cubics? Most people just play cubics just to troll.
So, first of all, why cubics? So basically, I'm not very into Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I'm just not a Yu-Gi-Oh player at the moment. So I didn't know what was coming out in the movie.
Metaphors fusion, at least
So I
one
asked
Metaphors monster, of which you have
a
none.
guy named Austin Parker.
Yeah.
and he was describing magician girls, other stuff, and he mentioned cubics, and he didn't tell me what they do. He just said they're bad. So me being me, I wanted to prove them wrong. So I made the cubics. I was testing them online, and I noticed they were very clunky because I couldn't get their cards into the grave, and I couldn't get the
Can't respond
searches.
to effective health arrows. That's why I played that.
Then I remembered that a long time ago, I figured out the Fluffal Legends is really good at sending things to grave and getting searches. The cubics, I found that their main problems are solved by this little Fluffal Legend I made.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. Well, any final words before we sign off? Words.
Bring back Inferno Arcfiend.
Hashtag bring back Inferno Archfiend. All right, well, thank you for the very interesting deck profile. This is Parker Ladd, and
Brian Mullen.
we'll see you guys next time. See ya.